Hello and welcome back to another game on Arena on intermediate level sent to me by Julian, which from the Steam profile I think is Lappa here. Lappa was playing in the first round of the Clown Cup 3 tournament as well, so I got this game like 4 or 5 weeks ago I think. It's been a while, but I thought now, okay, let's cast some. We're going to see a lot of Clown Cup on Junslow's stream and on all other streams as well. So why not go for that intermediate game, as Lappa called it? And if it's not, Julian is not Lappa, then please correct me, Julian. Then I'm sorry. But to me it makes sense, as the Steam profile says. So Lappa is playing in red as the Teutons, and we have on the other side a player called W4 Vipor. Vipor? I'm not sure. I'm going to call him W4, I think. Or maybe just W? W4 Vipor? A win for Vipor? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't the original name. I guess I'm gonna go with Vipor here, and he is playing as the Cumans. Let's go for the maps first and then see how the players are doing. Maybe have an eye on the build order. As you can see, villagers move to the left hand side and to the right, villagers going around. It may not be ideal, and we may see other things from top players. This mill I don't really like, but okay, I guess Vipor here wants to put a lot of farms around it. I didn't want to go like here where the house is blocking, but still, would have been better like this. The berries take a little bit longer to get picked up, to get gathered, and therefore it's not the best mill ever. The lumber camp looks quite good. We have the main stone, main gold forward, second gold inside forward, extra gold in the back here. He's actually luring deer, which is quite nice, and those players, I think both are on like 1600 level at least on DE. That would mean like, I'm guessing 1800 on Woobly. I can't really tell any longer because the ratings constantly change, and of course players are getting more and more high ratings, so I don't really know how good those players would be on Woobly. But again, it's intermediate compared to most games that are top expert arena games here. Most, not all. Third gold outside, and we have an extra stone and extra gold in the middle here. Relic wise, there's one relic on the right hand side close to Vipor space, and the other 4 like in the middle or closer to Lappa here. There's 1, 2, and number 3 here might be closer. This one definitely closer to Lappa. And Lappa has the main gold forward on the side here. Main stone forward as well. Second stone left hand side is outside of the map, not really looking too good for him. But the second gold safe in the back and the third gold safe in the back, so that's quite nice to see. We have a mill that looks better. I think the first berry bush was here. First and second Lappa camp are up. 6 villagers, 7 villagers on one, 2 on the other. You should probably move your villagers to the other lumber camp, or yeah, just go back. With the Teutons you can go for cheaper farms. Maybe could have waited, but it's got a lot of wood in the bag. 9 villagers in Dark Age on wood seems to be a little bit too many. I'm gonna see the market and blacksmith coming up here. Really interested to see what the players are going for. Like with the Cumans, we expect to see that second TC coming up. Not sure how many villagers Vipor went up, but he's sending more villagers now as he wants to get that second TC up as fast as possible. And we all know that feudal age TC, so the second TC, is taking quite a while to actually get built. We have 7 villagers on the berries that are now idle, and yeah, nice catch. Vipor caught them in time, going for 3 farms, going to add a second lumber camp on the other side. It's not the nicest lumber line ever, but I guess he didn't want to move around here. Like this one would be a nice place, or maybe even here would be a little bit more secure. It's not a big problem though. And there is a few villagers going to gold now, building a mining camp on the main gold. One village to build houses, which makes sense. And the resources for Vipor looking quite good. Of course, he's had villagers now by 9, by 10, 11 villagers already. But we also have Lappa on the way up to Castle Age. And Lappa is saying, okay, you are going for the feudal boom, then I'm going forward with a siege workshop, a monastery. And just in case my scout is around to save my villagers from these, what's that, snow leopards. So the house following up after a siege workshop and monastery, therefore we should have a lot of villagers on gold. That's 8 actually now, and house on 30, but it's not going to be too long as the villagers already building that house. And we have to see the second monastery as well. We're going to see the standard approach against the Cuman feudal age boom, and that is to rush, to push, to go aggressive. And with the Teutons it makes sense. You have good monks, you have decent siege, I guess, and the first ram is already out, should attack the gate here. Actually, Vipor is going for the house and building wall behind these actual stone walls, and it looks like Lappa doesn't want to attack the gate, but instead is going for a piece of wall here. And now we know why. There's the first monk out. The villager cannot continue to actually put houses here. At the same time, we have a siege workshop coming up for Vipor, who is halfway up to Castle Age, going with 2 villagers in stone, probably to get more TCs up. up, and he is going with the barracks now to produce spearmen, which doesn't really make too much sense. The house should go down fast, and there we have it. Mangonel taking on the house, the siege, this ram moving forward against the siege workshop, and Vipor is not going for a battering ram only now, but I guess he should cancel this and go for the Mangonel, then it might make more sense. We have Vipor up to Castle Age, obviously with more villagers, as Lappa is going for a really aggressive approach, but at the same time there is only a few spearmen here, and by few I mean like, is that 8? And against spearmen we know how to counter these. There is the scorpions coming up, so Lappa saw the barracks and is saying, okay, I know what's happening, you're going infantry units, and therefore I'm going to add a scorpion and I will try to attack your pikemen. The pikemen should be able to do some damage, but there's 2 conversions, 3 conversions already. The monks of course are able to heal the pikemen as well, and it looks like Lappa is fine for now, but Vipor has a good amount of those pikemen, and of course they are quite cheap and they are able to kill monks without like too much counters here. The scorpions went down, and for now Lappa is in trouble as he's losing most of his forward army and the pikemen are taking care of the rest. It's gonna take a while for those pikemen to actually even take down monks, but over time, ooh, nice shot here. It should happen. Then again we have siege units on the field, and with those mangonel shots this is looking good for Lappa then again, because if he can take down a pikeman like in one shot like this, yeah, that's quite nice to see. What is happening in Vipor space? He's got 2 TC still, a lot of stone in the bank already, and he could buy his way up for a castle. Castle between the main stone and the second gold would make so much sense, and I think buying now would be a good idea, and there it is. We have the stone count rising up, and while Lappa got 4 of those pikemen, has 8 monks in total and 2 scorpions, we have that castle coming up next to the main stone. Villagers all forward, this is not too good, and the pikeman production apparently still going. That's 14 and 13 pikemen queued up instead of a 3rd, 4th barracks, which you don't really need, and I'm not really happy about this. This is something you should not do. Why would you queue up so many units? It doesn't make sense at all. It doesn't give you any flexibility to go towards more upgrades, for example. I think the attack upgrades are way more interesting here than defense upgrades, which he already did, +1. But okay, there's scorpions on the field as well. And now we do see a castle. It's not a doubt castle, because villagers, there is so many of them, like, I guess, was it 20 villagers possibly? And the castle is up, the pikemen underneath the castle not really doing a lot. And Lappa needs to think of something else now. He's got enough stone for a castle, and it looks like he's close to clicking up to Imperial Age. And that might be the idea that will help him. There's a few idle villagers where the berries were before, and I guess they have been idle for quite some time. He's sending villagers forward now. There is 3, 4, 5, 6, gonna be 8, and the castle is coming up. Now he only needs to click up to Imperial Age. And I think selling wood and buying maybe 100 food is a good idea. We have 800 food, 650 gold in the bank, and it shouldn't take him more than that next villager to actually be able to click up to the Imperial Age. Did he go for the farm upgrade? Can't really tell here. Gonna find out very soon. This farm probably was put down really fast, so or was laid down, is that correct? Really fast, but it has 250 food, so horse collar is done, and we have the resources to click up to Imperial Age. Come on, drop it off, go for the food here, and it's just waiting for it while he's finishing the castle. He does have to, yeah, you gotta get the buildings. 4 monasteries actually. He went for all the relics, which is really nice to see. There's the castle, there's the click, Imperial Age coming in, while we have Vipor with the humans still queuing up so many pikemen. Yeah, there's still quite a lot. He's actually going for Kipchaks now as well, and therefore it's gonna be a must for Lappa to go for some military units, possibly other than the monks, because the monks are really tough to micro against pikemen here. You want to convert to Kipchaks maybe, but with the numbers, Vipor might be good. And he's, of course, in the score lead, as he has gone for way more villagers, has military units at the same time, and of course, Lappa clicked up to Imperial Age. But still, Imperial Age means trebuchets, trebuchets means castles going down, and then the base is rather open here. Now, stables coming up here, possibly for bloodlines, or maybe even for scouts, light cav. This is an option for the humans here. And we have barracks now coming up. So it looks like Lappa wants to go for a standard infantry, which makes sense against the pikemen. Like Druid swordsmen would be really nice to see on the field. The monks are getting upgraded as soon as we hit Imperial Age, I believe at least. And then we have the 12 range. Not sure about redemption or anything being done, but there's no siege units on the field for Vipor. He only got the pikemen and the Kipchak. And when I'm saying only, then I mean he's upgrading those actually. The Kipchak's +2 now. I think they're still missing bloodlines, the bloodlines on the way, and the only problem is he won't be able to go to Imperial Age anytime soon. 74 villagers, but only the 2 TCs from Feudal Age, and now he's moving out in archery range. This is a mistake. This is never going to work. I'm not sure. Did he see the castle? He should be able to see this. Moving out of the Kipchaks, he's going to try to snipe a few of these villagers, and there's only 48 for Lappa, so the villagers have to run away quickly. The monks staying underneath the castle, and of course that archery range is not going up. We have the Imperial Age soon to be done for Lappa here. The Kipchaks trying to find a few more victims, and that probably one villager going down. There was conversion, like Lappa is using the monks with soon to be 12 range, but I think the trebuchet coming up first, or what is it going to be? Wheelbarrow on the way now. Lappa not going for any, I don't know, theocracy, block printing, illumination coming up, and the first trebuchet, no, not yet. He's got all the resources that he needs. He's not going for any infantry upgrades right now. I guess he's concentrating on those Kipchaks, and we should see the first trebuchet really soon. There's not two more conversions, and the monks should be fine here to defend. The Kipchaks have to run away now. Looks like we have a few pikemen to the front, not sure why, I didn't really follow that. And the Kipchaks moving away now. And at the same time we have 2 pikemen for the Scorpion, and hopefully a trebuchet soon. Yeah, there's the traps now being queued. The monks with 12 range are going to be really dangerous, and Vipor lost quite a few military units. He's on 20, no, on 44 actually. That's quite good, but the pikemen are all forward, all idle. Nothing is going to happen here. He doesn't have siege force, so he cannot really break those walls, and he finally caught those pikemen, has to send them back. The first trebuchet is garrisoning, unpacking it's called, and more trebuchets on the way. Spearmen actually getting produced. Pikemen upgrade? No. I would have loved to see standard infantry for the Teutons here. Not quite sure what the spearmen are supposed to do. I don't really like it. Now we have a few Kipchaks getting lured to the front, and 2 of them, 3 of them, all of them got converted. Very nice. The castle under heavy attack, and it looks like Vipor still not able to click up to Imperial Age, and that's something that's not really good for him, as he needed to have like 3 TCs at least, maybe 4, but 3 TCs, try to defend and try to get to Imperial Age in a reasonable time with a very good economy. He's getting enough stone for yet another castle. He's going for that second castle, and he's going to be able to build a third, but he's not repairing this one at all, and that is a big mistake. He's got a lot of villages around. He should have started to repair it as soon as it got attacked. You want to buy the time, because once you are losing the castles and cannot repair them, once you're not able to actually defend, it's going to be tough for you. Now there is some defense. We have battering rams moving forward, but there's a few pikemen at least to stop those. That could be too few. First ram going down. Does he want to convert the rams? I guess he wants to do that. He got redemption. There's a lot of pikemen now moving in, and we have the big battle of this game, I imagine. We have Kipchaks behind the pikemen, monks trying to convert. Obviously we're going to see a few conversions, but I think it's time for Lappa to garrison those monks into the castle and use the fact that the castle is actually securing this position. The second trebuchet also going down. Is it first? The second trebuchet? I thought it was the second. Going down. There's one more trap underneath the castle as well. It looks like Vipor still has a battering ram left, and he's got a few Kipchaks and a few pikemen left, but there is also the castle firing away at all enemy units, and it looks like the monks did quite some damage. Hoarding is now coming in. I'm not quite sure that he needs this. I guess he could have done without hoardings, but it's alright. And that ram is actually getting attacked by the castle, as we have the 3 murder rolls for Teutons. Now we have the monks behind the castle, not too many of them left. Kipchaks moving forward. You should garrison them, and it looks like hoardings was a good idea, so I was wrong here. Another conversion against the Kipchaks. The Vipor is all in castle age, and I think he should have added in some light cav here to be able to snipe the monks. Just spend all your food or your spare food on cavalry units, and then you will be fine here. For now, it's Vipor is attacking the forward castle from Lappa. Lappa got 1 trebuchet left, but the military numbers for Lappa looking really bad here. And with only 55 villagers, he doesn't really have a big economy to go for a lot of army. He's still trying to micro his monks. He's using the 12 HP monks, 12 range monks to actually get more and more conversions on those Kipchaks, and that's what's keeping him alive, really. Because if you wouldn't be able to convert Kipchaks, you would have a big problem here. The castle on less than half HP. We have battering rams, 2 of them still attacking, and there is still a few single Kipchaks and pikemen around. Problem is, now Vipor lost a lot of military units as well, and there is now a halberd upgrade done for Lappa. to attack those battering rams, take them down one by one. And the castle is also getting repaired by 2 villagers here. There is 3, 4 more that could continue to repair. Okay, it looks like the castle might stay up. It's close, and that battering ram is still attacking. But at the same time, we have monks all around the castle. We have halberdier production going, and Vipor is losing most of his army, is losing the momentum, and he has to move back now. That single battering ram is not really doing a lot here. It's only 1 siege workshop. That is a big mistake. You need to have a 2nd and 3rd siege workshop if you want to go for full castle age, and you also want to have some military units other than the pikemen, I guess. Okay, the Kipchaks are good. Not quite sure if you should have gone for light cav, then maybe we would have seen the halberdiers earlier. For now, it's going to be tough to fight against the Teutons here, as long as there is monks behind the halberdiers, and you don't really have the army numbers that you would like to have here. As we see, Vipor has 17 military units, but it's 34 for Lappa, and Lappa therefore is outscored by only a little bit, but he's got the momentum now, and he can attack another castle here. There's a lot of idle villages behind the castle as that gold ran out. We have the other gold running really low as well, and there's only 1 more gold left. And the extra gold that I hope Vipor can see. Let's find out quickly. Nope. That's bad scouting. You didn't scout the back of your base, and you're not going to find that gold soon unless you're searching for it. Instead, we have a few villagers moving out to build more houses, something that's not really necessary at this point. Maybe because the castles are going down, and it makes sense. Actually, a nice move. And there's the 2 trebuchets still hitting that castle. It's not getting repaired. Only now Vipor is sending villagers to repair. That's too late. He's got the stone to repair it for a little bit, but not like this. And again, we still don't have enough resources to click up to Imperial Age. And while the Kipchak production is still going, it's only 1 castle that's left. Those Kipchaks, they are not really too good against the halberdiers, I imagine, as you need to micro them constantly. We have 3 trebuchets now moving forward. I think you should go for that siege workshop first. And there we have it. The Vololus, the monks continuing to current units. Obviously with Theocracy done, you can use all of them, you don't need to micro too much. There's the 4 battering rams moving forward, and that siege workshop, I think you would want to take that down before you take down the castle. It's the only one, so once that siege workshop is down, there's no more battering rams attacking. Trebuchets falling, that's actually 1, 2 falling. This one is actually quite secure behind all these military units. Kipchaks now moving in. It looks like the monks are in danger, but there's so many red units on the field, there's so many halberdiers for Lappa as well. They are currently attacking the battering rams, but once these battering rams are going down, it looks like the trebuchet might fall as well, but so is the battering ram, and the trebuchet actually standing. We will now see the halberdiers move forward against those Kipchaks, more conversions happening, and with the monk micro from Lappa, Vipor now is in trouble, as he again lost a lot of military units. He's back to 7. We have 52 military units by Lappa here, and this might have been the cheat fight that we needed to see. Lappa is going to continue and push here, which makes sense. Did he add any extra TCs? It looks like he's still on 1 TC, which is alright. You can go 1 TC all game long, as long as you have the momentum. It's quite dangerous, because once you lose badly. But okay, for now, it's all fine. Vipor now with enough resources to click up to Imperial Age. Is he going to do it? That's the question. Military production is still going for the 1 TC. Yeah, military units and nothing else. Castles went down, that means no more Kipchak production. That's the Imperial Age click, but it might be too late now. The trebuchet is moving forward, and if Lappa is able to take down this TC before it's researching Imperial Age, then it's definitely GG. There is 2 more picks that Vipor didn't take, and actually we see the GG being called right now, as there is so many military units all over Vipor space. These lumber limes are pretty much without any defense, and the halberdiers, even though they don't have a lot of attack power, would have been able to take down quite a few of them. So Vipor actually tapping out Lappa, winning this game. Very nice to see that on intermediate level there is also that like 1 TC push, and it's working, or it can be working, as well as the feudal boom. I hope you enjoyed this game. See you in the next ones. GG.